Now, the other difference between Web 1.0 and Web 2.0 is Web 2.0 is the web powered by all of us. Web 1.0 was read-only. Web 2.0 is read, write, and comment. Well, blogs are a good example. We've been blogging as a human race forever. That's social expression, right? I mean, that's kind of blogging in a way. I love this cartoon. I had my own blog for a while, but I decided to go back to pointless, incessant barking. Some blogs are like that. But think about it. It's changed the world. It used to be the brand talking to the customer. Now it's the brand, the customer, and the community. You may not blog, you may not want to blog in your company, but you better be reading what the blogs are saying about you. Dell has a force of people who listen to that because, as Chris Anderson said, the ants have megaphones, right? They have a big voice. They can change things on Twitter and Facebook. And Facebook is pretty crazy. My daughter just spent a year going around the world after she got out of college. I think she sent us 3 emails. If we wanted to know where she was, we had to go to Facebook because it was easier for her to update everyone at once. And some companies are on Facebook, like LL Bean. People are experimenting. Nobody's really making any money yet. Other people have realized that social media can work on their own site, like Sheraton, who realized that people don't have to come to their hotel. They may come because it's on the beach or next to a ski resort. So come on to Sheraton.com and tell us a story about why you stayed in our hotel. That's a different kind of social network. Or Dell, who has their outlet store where they sell all the used, refurbished computers, is now on Twitter. It makes sense, immediacy. People want to jump in and buy that thing as soon as it's online. So there are a lot of things coming through with social media. I think the most interesting, perhaps, is the fact that YouTube is now the 2nd largest search engine, right? Broadband has allowed this to happen. And YouTube has done a wonderful thing for those of us who are marketeers. It has dumbed down the quality of video we will accept, right? We will watch really stupid videos of low quality, right? So here's an example. This is CNET. They review a lot of technical products. Most of you know CNET. So watch this little review.
Hi, I'm Kent German. I'm an associate editor here at CNET.com. Today we're going to take a first look at the Motorola V265.
Okay, dorky guy, bad video, right? But it's good enough. So that's the point. If you don't have video on your website, you should, because videos are viral.